Here's a look at recrystallization, or if you will, how to make crystals. If we start with an impure solid, and it probably can't be too impure, it just won't work. And we want to get to the point where we removed all the impurities. So say this is for example, sugar crystal with some brown insoluble impurities. First we're going to want to dissolve it to separate them out. So we'll take that impure crystal or solid, which we can visualize as looking like that, where the circle is the impurity. We then supersaturate it, meaning we heat it with a minimum of solvent and a maximum, actually beyond maximum amount of solute. Put a ton of sugar in water, for example, and heat it up and add as much as can go. At that point, when we bring it down to room temperature, it has to be supersaturated. Now we've hopefully removed our insoluble impurities. There they are. Now, before we filter, we need to recrystallize that material. There's a few tricks for that. You can just let it cool. You could evaporate a little bit of the liquid. You could apply a vacuum. You could add a seed crystal. And we should see the crystals forming sooner or later. Seed crystals, this process is known as heterogeneous nucleation. Letting it cool would just be homogeneous nucleation, since you're not adding anything. And nucleation in general is the process of a crystal formation, the very first molecule. It's time to collect your product. I'd recommend vacuum filtration, but gravity filtration will do in a pinch. The impurity goes through. The material is separated at this point. You can collect your product, and you now have the clean product. Some terms. An amorphous substance, we're down here now, is something that's impure, has no real shape, translated as without shape. If it's crystalline, you've got a shiny solid, oftentimes very pure. To supersaturate is to oversaturate, meaning you have an excess of solute present. If you just let that thing cool, it can nucleate homogeneously, which means spontaneously by not adding anything. If you add a seed crystal, that would be heterogeneous nucleation, and you collect your material by vacuum filtration, which is rapid filtering using a vacuum.